Well, with me right now is James Tung from Third Mutual. James, it's been a while since you've been on. Good to see you again, sir.
Yeah, well, because of my family situations. Yeah, but I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, great to have you here. And you've brought along a few topics to talk about today, and one of them is the ID card. So let's talk about that. There was some confusion about the replacement cost for those, right?
Yeah, well, the Third Mutual Board, feel very bad. We don't know how that started because of misinterpretation of our policy. So late last year, probably starting July till December, our residents, Third Mutual residents, were charged $100 for replacing the lost ID cards.
Right.
In fact, on our policy, what we said is only $25.
Okay.
So we want to make it clear to our residents, no, we'll never charge that much, $100. That was totally is our error, or interpretation error. Therefore, for those people did pay $100 late last year, you have a chance to bring your payment receipt to the resident services between now and end of February. We'll refund you, reimburse you $75.
Okay. All right.
That we want to make it clear. Hey, we're part of a certain mutual. We don't want to make you become our enemy.
Yeah.
That definitely is something we don't want to do.
Okay, very good. And if you have questions on that, you can call Resident Services at 949-597-4600.
Right.
Okay, very good. Now, let's move on to a favorite topic of you, landscape.
Right. Well, for a long while, well, probably for the last 6 months or say 5 months, a lot of complaint about our landscape falling behind. The reason being falling behind is several. One is, like running season, stormy season early last year, and then staff have to spend time cleaning those. But also, we're under the pressure by the Orange County Fire Authority to clean out our outer slope.
Right.
So those work. We have to spend manpower, but residents don't see it. Well, that's why we're falling behind. But third reason, we are missing a manager, missing 2 supervisors. So with all that, now we hired a manager, hired a supervisor. We're only short of 1 supervisor. So hopefully very, very soon we'll catch up. In fact, I want to show you whether the graph, the green color shows, I don't know whether is it clear or not, but green color shows the 2017. See, the number of tickets is way higher than previous years.
Right.
But this is the end of November. Since December, our tickets has been dropping because the staff already working so hard to catch up the fall behind the work. So that's one good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the pilot program for the ground soil sensor.
Okay, we all along, we always try to save water. Therefore, since originally our irrigation water depends on one weather station for the entire community. Right. We say, well, that may not be accurate everywhere within our community, since our community covers such a huge area. Therefore, we have this pilot project started in May last year, and it's going to be ended in April this year, because we want to sample all year round, because there are low water season, high water season. We want to sample all different seasons to make sure we cover all the angles. So far, in the last months, we have 2 places. The reason we choose 2 places is where we don't have a recycled water. That's gate 11 and gate 14. And those 2 areas, we have one is 22% water saving, the other one is 17% water saving. However, we compared the I guess a soil meter censored the water amount versus our adjacent and nearby our regular sprinkler water system. We found it sometimes may be showing not as so good. So we'll continue monitoring this project.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, very good. Now, another topic that is close to your heart is water conservation. That dovetails into what you were just talking about, and about the high-tier water bills for irrigation. And this year we may not. We're probably not going to get the same thing we got last year as far as rain goes.
Right. Well, I was surprising almost 4 years ago when we started this project. The majority of high-tier water, in other words, is from a residential site. In other words, we have a lot of old leaking toilet,
right,
and maybe under slab leaking. So staff, plumbing department spent a lot of time fixing those. Residents were cooperated, changing their old toilet to new one. So our sort of residential high-tier water is under control, from about $10,000 per month to almost $2,000-3,000, no more than $3,000.
Okay.
However, but in the last 2 years or so, suddenly used to be irrigation when you really have high-tier waters.
Right.
But recently we found the majority is through the irrigation. So that kind of surprised us. And I talked to the landscape. We found, well, not only we are actually watering more so for certain area because we're planting new plants, grass. Well, okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. However, we did find a lot of old irrigation pipes are leaking, and that's the reason.
Okay.
But landscape staff already working very, very hard, fixed quite a few of those. In fact, in December, our irrigation high tier already dropped quite a bit.
All right,
So
that's good news.
to our staff, yes.
All right, now finally, the M&C meeting that's happening today, I mentioned that just a little bit ago. That'll be, if you're watching us in the morning or watching us midday, it'll be at 1 o'clock today.
Yeah, I want to emphasize that because recently we have a lot of resolution policy changes on the maintenance construction site. So I will emphasize and encouraging residents, you want to find out what's going on, what's being changed, come to the committee meeting this afternoon. Yeah.
All right, very good. And once again, let's reemphasize that if you paid that $100 fee for a lost ID card, you'll be reimbursed $75. And if you have questions about that, please call Resident Services at 597-4600.
Yeah, but don't wait too late.
No.
End of February.
Yeah, so you got almost a month and a half, 2 months to go.
Right, right.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, as always, and we will be right back.